What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Black Sheep Keto, and welcome to a different sort of recipe video. Today what I'm actually doing is I'm going to take a recipe from another keto influencer and kind of cook it live and talk about the recipe, give it a taste test. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, if you want to see more of this, if you have any suggestions, that kind of stuff. I know it's not my normal camera angles, I don't have the green screen set up, it's entirely different, but I wanted to try something new. So today we're actually going to be making the Fat Kid Broccoli from Ketoginja. I don't have a ton of sides out there, and sides are something that I want to get more into, so we're going to be making one of her sides and seeing how I like it. Anyway, let's get started on it. Now you'll see right here in front of me, I have all the ingredients laid out, and I'm actually going to put the recipe on the screen for you guys. But we've got about 1 3/4 cup of cheddar, a block of cream cheese, 2 bags of broccoli, some pepper, about a ½ teaspoon of seasoned salt, and a ½ teaspoon of parsley. So I'm going to go ahead and just follow her recipe and get this thing made. So first thing it says to do is to grease our 8x8 pan. Now I'm just going to use some butter for this and give it a bit of a greasing like that. Now that ought to be good enough. Normally I would use like a spray on coconut oil or spray olive oil, but I kind of ran out, so butter's going to do the trick today. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook up our broccoli according to the steam bags. But first, she mentions it a little bit later, I'm actually going to go ahead and preheat my oven right now. So my broccoli says to cook it between 5 and 8 minutes in the microwave for these particular steam bags. Since we're doing 2 of them, I'm going to have to do it separately, so that is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm just actually going to jump back with you guys once these are fully steamed. Alright guys, those came out of the microwave. I cooked them separately just because I wanted to make sure they were cooked all the way, and sometimes when you change the mass of something you're microwaving, it doesn't cook the same. So those are all cooked. They're kind of just sitting right over there. Now the next step on our list here, or the next direction in the recipe, is to get a pan over low heat. So let me do that. Perfect. And we're going to add the broccoli and softened cream cheese in there. So I got my broccoli here. Now I did drain this stuff from the bag. There might be a little bit of water, but I suspect that'll evaporate off because these were supposed to be drained. Perfect. And now we're going to toss our cream cheese right in there. And this just has to melt from what it sounds like. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this a little bit. Now in the meantime, I figured I'll just chat with you guys a little bit. Now some of you guys know that I actually went on a pretty good bulk last year, put on a lot of size and strength, and I actually started a cut around the new year, which I am actually super excited about. Really kind of hoping to compete in a NACA show this year, get that full stage physique. And for me, honestly, like it's going to take a minute because I did put on a little bit of size or a little bit of weight when I went on that bulk. The gains in strength were massive, but obviously like I put on some fat in that case. I'm right around 18% body fat right now, maybe 17. I have lost about 10 pounds since the start of the new year, and I haven't run the body fat since then, so it's probably a little bit lower, but that's where it was when I started. I suspect I've probably got another 25, 30 to go until I'm, stage lean, but this cut is going great so far, so any guys who just started around, the new year or kind of trying to refocus yourselves, stick with it, guys. I'm kind of in the same boat as you where I've kind of refocused, gotten really strict on myself. Unfortunately, sometimes like you kind of fall off the wagon. It happens, but always remember, guys, if you follow it, it is going to work, and I'm just super excited to get to that point where I can compete this year because that's something I've been wanting to do, and I've just never actually been able to do. The idea of going from like morbidly obese to stepping on a fitness stage sounds awesome. Guys, I'm actually thinking about doing this as a live stream now that I'm kind of in the middle of it all. I think it'd be fun to actually set up the camera, do this live, and then kind of take Q&A questions or whatever during steps like this where I have a minute. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Just do this live, take questions in these phases. I don't know. It's just something new I'm trying, and you never know until you try, right? Now, the directions say to stir until incorporated, so I don't think I am there yet. I think we're going to be going for like a white coating on the broccoli more than kind of this clumpiness that I have here. Alright guys, this is probably qualifying as incorporated for me, so now it is time to add our spices according to the recipe. So we're going to add our parsley, our seasoned salt, and it says to add a pinch of pepper. I'm just going to go give this a few shakes here. That's a pinch, pinch and a half. And now we're going to mix this until it's well combined again. So I just checked the recipe and it says to add half of our cheddar. So get about half of that there. That might be a little more than half, so I'll put some back. Good enough. And we're going to stir this in. Now, for those of you interested, guys, the Ketoginja, she does have a YouTube channel as well, and that will also be linked in the description. If you have any ideas for videos, recipes, shoot, even recipes from other creators you want to see me make, go and let me know down in the comment section below. I'm always looking for feedback from you guys and ideas because, you know, if the idea came from you guys, odds are at least one of you is going to like the video. So that's kind of a fun little twist on what I do. So that's actually how we came across this. I was talking to Ketoginja a little bit, and we were talking about, you know, trying other people's recipes, and it turns out a lot of us really don't do that often. So I decided to try one of hers. I think she's going to try some of mine, and it just sounded like an interesting thing to do. But if there's, you know, other things you guys want me to try from other YouTubers, or just anything you're craving that I don't have a recipe for, let me know in the comment section. It definitely helps, you know, grow this channel and give me a wider range of things to try. All right, guys, that looks melted in there. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to our greased baking dish. It's always hard to do this kind of stuff on camera because I'm always focusing on what you guys can see, and I'm not doing this the easiest way for me. But I think we're going to make it work. Cool, that'll do. And now the recipe says to kind of press it flat and even, so we'll just do that with our rubber scraper here. It already looks and smells amazing. So next the recipe says to sprinkle on this remaining cheese here, so we're going to do that. One thing you'll notice, guys, I always make a huge mess when I'm cooking. It's kind of a problem, but the way I look at it is, hey, at least I'm enjoying myself, right? I'll worry about the cleanup later. Beautiful. Now this is going into our 350-degree Fahrenheit oven that we just preheated, and it is actually up to temperature already. And now we're just going to go ahead and stick this in the oven. So we'll go ahead and set our timer for 20 minutes and come back and check on this recipe. I'll probably let it cool down for just a couple of minutes, and I think the next thing you're going to see is me eating it. So I'll catch you guys in about 20-25 minutes. Alright guys, this thing came out of the oven and it looks and smells absolutely delicious. Now, it might sound just like a broccoli cheese dish, and kind of is, but I'm really excited to try it because that cream cheese is going to add a nice texture to it, and I've never seen broccoli quite seasoned this way, especially with parsley, so I think it's going to be a very interesting thing to try. So let me get a plate, scoop some out, and we'll give it a taste test. There we go. Now that sauce is super thick, guys. Actually putting it in the oven there mixed with the cream cheese, it thickened up really nicely, and the broccoli is completely coated. So that is going to give me a nice cheesy bite in every single bite. So I think it's going to be time to taste this. Here it is, guys, my plated fat kid broccoli. Now I think I'm going to go for a piece that is covered in cheese, and let's see how it tastes. Now guys, I don't do a lot of side dishes in my keto diet. Sometimes I do, but it's a pretty rare thing. Now this I would make. It is very cheesy. The broccoli is still nice and crisp, which I was worried about after we microwaved it, put it in the pan, and then put it in the oven. I was worried to get a little soggy. That is not the case. It is very crisp, it is very cheesy and creamy, and guys, it is seasoned to perfection. I might add a little bit more salt actually, but beyond that, this thing is absolutely delicious. So good job, Ketoginja. This is an awesome side dish. Guys, once again, if you're looking for her stuff, it is down in the description. There will be a link to the ebook. There will be a link to her YouTube channel. She does a lot of cool recipes like this, so I wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, leave it a like. If you have any questions or comments for me, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that subscribe button, show some love, and I will see you in the next one.